Today we're going to be looking at the life of a tree. The rings of a tree are nature's way of marking the passage of time. Each year, new growth adds wood to the trunk of the tree as the tree grows outward and upward. If the inner layers of a tree trunk could be viewed, it would look very much like this. The outer bark is the tree's protection from the outside world. The inner bark, or phloem, is the pipeline through which food is passed from the leaves to the rest of the tree. The cambium cell layer is the growing part of the trunk. It annually produces new bark and new wood. Sapwood, or xylem, is the tree's pipeline for water moving up to the leaves. Heartwood, made of old xylem, is the central supporting pillar of the tree. Each year for 62 years, this tree added a new ring of xylem cells to the trunk. If a slice of the tree could be viewed, it would look very much like this. Each ring in this tree cross-section represents another year of growth. Each spring and summer, a tree adds new layers of wood to its trunk. The wood formed in spring grows fast and is lighter because it consists of large cells. In summer, growth is slower. The wood has smaller cells and is darker, so when the tree is cut, the layers appear as alternating rings of light and dark wood. This tree is 62 years old. You can tell by counting the 62 dark rings, one for each year. In 1920, a little tree, a loblolly pine, was born when a seed fell out of a pine cone and became rooted in the soil. For 5 years, this little tree grew, adding a new ring each year. The rings for each of these 5 years are nice and broad and are evenly spaced. This tells us that the little tree enjoyed plenty of rainfall and sunshine. When the tree was 6 years old, something pushed against it, making it lean. We know this because the rings on one side are now wider as the tree builds reaction wood to help support it. 10 years later, the log has been removed and the tree starts to grow straight again. But its bigger neighbors are growing too, and their crowns and root systems take much of the water and sunshine the tree needs. See how the newest rings are not as fat? After some years of competition, the surrounding trees have fallen or have been harvested. With the larger trees removed, there is once again plenty of rain and sunlight for the tree, and the wider rings show the tree is growing rapidly again. Take a look at each one of these rings. Each one is giving us the history of this tree's environment. This big fat ring right here indicates that the tree got plenty of what it needs to grow. But looking back at these little skinny rings, it lets me know that something in this tree's environment was not right. It did not receive enough water or sunlight in order to grow enough. A fire sweeps through the forest. Fortunately, the tree is only scarred. It leaves this black scar mark right here, but the tree will continue to grow around it. Year by year, the fire scar is covered over by newly formed wood. In recent years, the newly formed rings are thin and close together. This may have been caused by a prolonged dry spell. 1 or 2 dry summers would not have dried the ground enough to slow the tree's growth this much. 15 years later, another series of narrow rings may have been caused by an insect like the larva of the sawfly. It eats the leaves and leaf buds of many kinds of coniferous trees. Tree rings offer us a glimpse into the past an environmental history about climate conditions of years gone by. Do you know what an amazing role trees have played in America's history? Check out the majestic trees of America. Many trees in America today are more than a century old. The giant sequoias of California show us, by counting their tree rings, that they may be as much as 3,000 years old. Tree rings are like nature's time machine. They offer us a glimpse into the past, an environmental history about climate conditions of years gone by. If you click on each of these dates, you can discover fun facts about many different trees and the roles that they played in America's history. This website is included in the Symbaloo if you want to take the time to go in and click on the different dates and learn some information, because I'm only going to show you a couple of them. So let's go all the way back to this 2000 BC. 2000 BC was one of the world's oldest known trees. A bristlecone pine that scientists call Methuselah starts to grow in California's White Mountains. So think about this. How did they date this tree? Remember, the way you tell how old a tree is you count the number of rings. Each ring equals 1 year of life. Let's zoom forward a little bit to 1777. In 1777, George Washington and the Marquis de Lafayette met under a sycamore in Stanton, Delaware, to plan a strategy for the Battle of Brandywine. So this type of tree is a type of tree that is significant in our history. Let's go a little bit more recent. Let's get into the 1900s. I like the 1970s. 1970s bowling becomes popular in Japan. Many New England sugar maples, noted for their strong wood, are shipped to Tokyo to build bowling alleys and pins. And then here in 2001 we have, in 2001, Americans vote for a national tree, and the national tree becomes the oak tree. If you want to look at more of these dates, click on the button in the Symbaloo that's next to this video.